Before horsepower, crowds of excited onlookers, before the chilling sound of a trophy truck turning over, sometimes the best place to start is a quiet lunch. But if you hang around places like this long enough, you'll meet people like him. The kind of guy who tells you very confidently that his story is a long one. And you believe him. But today, we've got somewhere to be. Now this is a different type of gathering, where horsepower replaces oregano, and the wonderful smell of freshly cooked pizza gives way to race fuel. Welcome to Rigs at the Ranch. It's part car show, part desert racing culture, and part family reunion for people who believe dirt roads are always the better option. From builders, racers, weekend warriors, and the occasional guy who just spent way too much money on a questionable build, which, around here, is most people. And that'll do just fine.
And head. Senor? This is the back kitchen, I think, huh?
Yeah, I don't feel like...
good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, is this the entrance?
I don't know what I'm doing. As long as there's beer here.
Events like this aren't just about the trucks. They're about the stories. The late nights in the garage.
Now look up.
Whoa.
Now look at the B and A pillar.
Oh.
Now look at the door handle. Or the
parts that broke 3 miles into the desert. That build that took 2 years and the one that somehow came together in 2 weeks. And if you listen long enough, you'll find people who live for this stuff.
Yeah. I'm Joey.
Joey, Kevin.
Nice to meet you, Kevin. Dude, your interior.
Body, pretty much.
Jake and Bake.
Was the reason why I got a Ranger and why I've
No shit, how cool.
been building a truck for the last 5 years.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
And doing it all.
So as a boy, I've always wanted to take something that you shouldn't, right? Because everybody's seen the El Caminos that people do, and then you're like, oh, and you want to make something that you shouldn't, right?
Right.
So I compromise and I'm doing a Nissan Frontier, right?
Okay.
You know, that's something I shouldn't, because
That's different. Yeah, I like it.
No one builds a pre-runner Frontier.
Except for James.
except for James, right? He beat me to it. So
It's okay. It took him 10 years. Hopefully you're
Right.
a little faster.
hopefully, it's looking like it might take 10 years, but
Yeah. Mine will be 10 years in probably by the time it's done too. It happens to the best of us. I bought this car as a shell that a guy was turning into a drift car because I wanted the engine that was in it for my Ranger that you know of.
okay.
And I wanted just the motor. He wouldn't sell me just the motor, so I bought the whole car to get the engine. It was an aluminum block 5.3 with Z06 heads and like a cam, this healthy little motor. And bought it, pulled the motor, brought the motor out to the shop that has my truck. Left this on my side yard for like 2 years, sitting there, half caged. Had the swap kit for an LS, had a Muncie 4-speed trans, it had some cool parts. Like, what do I do with this thing? So I wanted to, since my truck was down, build some kind of off-road toy to drive around at King of the Hammers. And the first time that I built it, I bought a junkyard 5.3, put it in the car, and then we built strut tower spacers. I put a King 2.0 spring on a Magic JIC lowering coilover. unthreaded the body to the very bottom, made it as tall as possible, put a razor coil over on it, and then like, you know, cut the fenders and stuff. Just made it drivable in the dirt.
Get to
Complete
KOA.
bucket of shit, but it was, you know, V8 manual. It was a blast. It was fun to drive, but it was rougher than crap.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And even that broke.
Dude,
the internet.
it was supposed to be a joke. It was a joke. it got so much attention that it drove me to be like, what's it gonna take to actually make this work now? And that's when I'm like, okay, if I can cut the back half of the car off and back half it off the tube work that's there from the roll cage, it's like, can I successfully back half it? If I can, I'll pay someone that knows what they're doing to put beams on it. Time I also turboed it, that's a story for another day too. It lasted like 5 hours. So that turned into the built engine that's in it now, built transmission, built rear end, all big parts to support like 1,000 horsepower range.
Nice.
And then we tuned it, under tuned it for conservative, to be conservative, made 740 at the flywheel.
Nice.
So, it's probably high 500s at the wheels.
Yeah.
And that's knock on wood, should be bulletproof at that tune.
Yeah.
And
because these lately, it seems like you get fucking down in this thing.
it
now.
works. It really works. So what changed everything was like, the old beams, it was nose diving really bad, didn't have good ground clearance. I was hitting the front bumper in the ground. So we redid the beams, went to 37s to a more traditional truck style beam. The ride height's like 10 inches higher and it's way
it
more
looks
realistic.
huge now.
And in the cab, passenger side floor.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's right by it basically, I can open the hood if you want to come around with the cameras and stuff too. So intake.
We have problems just ourselves with intakes and stuff.
So intake comes through the firewall, wraps up under the fender well, into the turbo, and then obviously intercooler piping across the front like a traditional setup. Downpipe is literally just straight along the head and then right down. It dumps under the cab. We had to build standoffs for the coil pack brackets, get everything out of the way for the downpipe, and then all the spark plug wires wrap out and around. That was one of my biggest problems with this too, is dealing with the plug wires because it's a really, really tight package. So finally have that under control. Cooling's under control. Everything now is pretty well reliable and kind of worked all the bugs out. So it's been pretty solid.
How long has it been all in all on this now?
All in probably like 4 years. But from the first usable car, which was like the first set of beams on 35s, to now like 2.5 years.
2.5
Yeah,
years.
that was from like the first test drive with real working suspension to now being like perfected and fully functional. Basically, like these beams went on right after King of the Hammers 2025.
Okay.
So like I got the car back in like April, I think, of 2025
So right
and
before
then
the expo.
that's when we did the big shocks. That's when we went and did shock tuning and the 37-inch tires and basically all the upgrades. And then for me too, it's like you can only build a bumper so many ways for a Silverado. And it's like at this point, almost everything's been done. I mean, of course you can get creative and get unique, but it's still gonna be similar to something else. So that's why like with something like this, it's so far beyond one of a kind that it's like, you're not gonna see another thing like this.
Can I get a picture?
So yeah, of course.
But yeah, I mean, love the uniqueness.
It's just water. We'll cut and come back. Thank you.
Gotcha, brother.
We'll be right back.
No, I love the passion and the uniqueness and just, because that's what, and then getting after it yourself. Like that's what I went and bought an old tube bender out of his shop that they're not using and forced my other buddy who went to the fab school to come over to the house, and we're just
exactly the same
figuring
story.
it the fuck out.
Yep.
So
I literally, I'm not even kidding. So I bought a tubing bender and a notcher, and the first stuff that I've ever started fitting was learning how to do this. So same deal, just self-taught. And
we went and put stuff in. He came over and was like, "You need to cut that out." And it's like,
you look at a lot of
all
pictures and videos on YouTube and Instagram, and it's like, okay, understand the triangulation points and like what dead tubes are. That's a big one. Knowing what that is and knowing how to triangulate something for structure, which I have a really good eye for that stuff anyways. And I had a good background on that before I did this, so I knew what to do going into it. But it was my first build actually doing it.
Okay. Passion for you.
This is 100% passion and just for fun for myself and my wife and our toys.
Right on.
Yeah. So I don't by any means call myself or consider myself a fabricator. Yes, I can build a car, and am I afraid to put a friend in it? I feel like if we were to crash this, I know it's safe. So there's that. But would I ever want someone to pay me to build something for them and then say, hey, I trust my work with your life? Not my cup of tea. So yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. But
Well, I appreciate it, Jake.
Yeah, of course.
Fucking awesome
Yeah,
car.
man, thank you. No problem.
I can't wait to I haven't actually seen you drive this
Get it
thing
go.
out in the
You got to come
desert.
out and see it go.
So
That's a lot more
one of these
impressive.
times I got to get out there and
We saw
like-
you rip by us 2025. Can't wait.
yeah.
That was when it was on the old beams and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's the last time I've actually caught you out there. So hopefully the next time my truck will actually be caged and I'll be able to just come
Cool.
run you down and
that'd be
follow
sick.
you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
We'll be, I mean, the next couple things we have going, if you guys can make it, TerraCrew's Speed Metal.
Yep,
And
we're
then
planning on
also I'll be at Holly LS Fest this year.
Okay.
And then I think for this season, that's probably the last two big things I'm gonna do.
Come up over something.
So this car is really hard to see over
Yeah.
anyways, because
Especially
so
if
to
you're
get
tilted.
clearance for the engine and the radiator and everything, I actually, this hood fully closed is like 2.5 inches higher than the OEM hood
Okay.
fully closed. So like the headlight and grill and everything's raised up. And then when I
shit.
did the fenders, I had to actually cut it and then like stretch it open and then fill the difference to make that gap. So it's slanted up a bit. So you come up to like any little drop, you can't see shit. So that's why it's pointed down, so I can see
That's just
down.
one of those like camera
Yeah, check it out.
reviews.
Yeah.
It's like another one of those stupid little things that
yeah.
you would.
It takes a second to boot up, but it's got the whole screen is a three split screen.
No shit.
So it'd be easier to see from his side because of the reflection.
No
but,
shit.
but yeah, so you got front. So the left one is this one right here. It's on the dash.
Okay.
And then the middle one is the front camera, and the back one's mounted on the fuel cell behind me, so I can see the back. It's perfect because it's like this thing. I mean, obviously
That's
solid
called Wolf Box?
Wolf box. Yeah, it's
Okay.
on Amazon. It was like $350 with
Okay.
the camera. You can go back and play back on the screen and like watch it. Like there's footage on there from King of the Hammers this year. I can go and watch it on the mirror. It's kind
Oh,
of a
like
cracked
on
up.
the mirror.
Literally, like, we can
that's
click on the
cool.
mirror right now and watch the playback footage. It's pretty cool.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah. It has like a live tracking where you can actually like go drive a track and then upload it to your phone. It'll go on the map and show you your track.
No shit.
It's got a lot of extra features that I think are probably unnecessary for a mirror, but
Yeah.
it's cool. So
For a mirror, yeah.
Right.
And that-
From an 80-year-old pizza master to some of the wildest off-road machines in Southern California. Days like this serve to remind you that passion comes in a lot of different forms. Sometimes it's flower in the air, and sometimes it's dust behind a truck. Either way, it's a pretty good way to spend a day.